Good morning. It's very, very early in California, and I don't want to wake up my neighbors, so I'm being very quiet right now. So we're just covering this Labubu in Swarovski crystals like this. But yes, it's not even 6 a.m., so I'm trying to be very, very quiet. So feel free to hang out with me while right now I'm just cutting the fur off the Labubu a little bit just to make the surface a little bit smoother for the glue. And I'm gonna try to work on the front of her body a little bit for this session. So just feel free to hang out with me while I customize this Labubu. So the goal for this Labubu, I have a few, well, I have a couple of Labubus I'm working on right now. This Labubu is for a friend of mine. Actually, she's almost done. Well, she's almost done. I need to finish her so that I can give her to my friend. But this is her outfit on the back. And basically, I just need to finish this little part in the front. Although I kind of like, no, like, I don't know, I kind of like the little high-low. But the idea is to bring the rest of her little outfit to the front and then make her a little bow for her hair and give her some earrings and some lashes. And then she'll be done for my friend. But this Labubu is gonna be covered in Swarovski crystals like this Labubu. It's gonna be covered like that. So, today's my rest day from the gym. Usually I'm at the gym right now, very early in the morning. But I pinched my pinky yesterday. I don't know if you can see the bruise. I pinched my pinky yesterday, so I'm taking to, yeah, I think you can see it. So I'm not going to the gym today because I have to train with my trainer tomorrow. So I figured let me take today off. And so normally I'd be at the gym right now, but I figured let me go live and work on a Labubu for a little bit and see. I know that right now it's very early in California and in the United States. So I figured I'd probably get friends from across the world hanging out with me. So, hola, bonjour, hi. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming by. I'm MeMeCherry. This is one of the things that I like to do on my channel. Sometimes I go live and I customize Labubus. I also like to bake. I also have a podcast. I was actually collecting some topics just a little while ago for the next podcast. Lots going on in pop culture that's very exciting to talk about. So, I'm getting ready to record another podcast soon. I'm also going to be baking a cake for my best friend out in Arizona. Glad to find your love. Oh, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My friend, one of my best friends, it's his birthday tomorrow, and I'm gonna see him Friday morning when I go get my hair done, like I usually do, because he's my hairstylist, but he's also one of my besties. And he has a very specific dietary restriction. And so I've been researching some baked goods that will be friendly to his dietary restrictions. So I'm going to be baking a cake. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to be baking that cake tomorrow. Well, no, actually I should probably bake it today so that I can assemble it tomorrow so that it has time to set and I can deliver it Friday morning because it's Friday morning. So actually, I need to go to the store because I need to go get some special flour. And I'm gonna be making a vanilla bean angel food cake with a Greek yogurt and honey based frosting and some fresh berries. It's gonna be so good. What else is happening? I'm also gonna be going live to do another baking episode of my new series, Baking for My Future Boyfriend. That was quite successful. I had this last weekend, my experiment was high protein pistachio cheesecake bars. The first version were okay. They tasted a little too healthy, which is good. But I tweaked the recipe and I made a second batch. And oh my God, they were so good. I almost slapped myself. Like, I wanted to slap my mother, and I love my mother. So I consider that a very successful part one of that new series, Baking for My Future Boyfriend. So I'm gonna be working on a new recipe probably this weekend for that. What else is going on content schedule wise? Yeah, that's kind of what's going on lately. I do want to order another box of Labubus to do another unboxing video. And I have more friends that want custom Labubus. Let's see, who's on the list right now? My performer friends, my amazing for performer friends. Barbie Blood Gloss wants a bling Labubu, so I'm going to be making her one. It obviously has to be pink. La Chucha, my friend, is also said, why, yes, I'll take a blinged out Labubu, so I want to make one for them. My performer friend, Scarlet Business, who is on the podcast, actually. Check out those podcast episodes on this channel. I've had Scarlet Business on the show twice, and they're actually one of those episodes is like one of my more popular episodes on the channel. So feel free to check that one out. So I'm going to be making a blinged out Labubu for Scarlet Business, which I feel like for Scarlet Business, see, I'm debating if I want to get another box of Big Into Energy or another box of macarons. And I thought I wanted another box of macarons, but I think given who I'm giving Labubus to, now that I think about all their personalities, I think the colorways of the Big Into Energies would be more their style. Like, and I already gave a macaron to Scarlet. So I think I'm gonna order another box of Big Into Energy because I can give Barbie Blood Gloss the lemonade, like that pink lemonade color one. I can give Scarlet Business, no, I want the peachy orange one. I can give Scarlet Business, what can I give Scarlet Business out of the Big Into Energy? Ooh, well, any of them really. But I want to keep the peachy one because I made a peachy one for my trainer and it came out so cute. I wanted to keep it. I was low-key upset when I had to give her away because she came out so good. Like, so, so good. Like, one of my best custom Labubus. Like, I low-key wanted to keep her. And so I need to recreate that customization. So yes, actually, I think I just need to get another box of Big Into Energy. I'm answering my own question. Thank you for helping me, chat. This is teamwork. It's called teamwork. All right, give me 1 second. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Good morning. I see you're blinging a Labubu. Get another box. Yes, see, everybody keeps saying get another box of Big Into Energy. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Do you put lashes on your Labubus? I do put lashes on my Labubus. Let me go get one that has lashes. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. Because the ones that I have on the table don't have lashes. Can't get her off the bag. But this is La Bunny Boo Boo. She went to Puerto Rico to go see the Bad Bunny residency, and that's why her outfit is made out of the colors of the ocean. And she had a great time in Puerto Rico. And those are her little lashes. And she has her little bow and her little earrings. And she's so cute. And I love her. And then this is her little sister. So yeah, some of my best Labubus. She is the moment. She is the moment. Yeah, some of my best Labubus, I don't even have them anymore because I made them for my friends. So there's a Sally Limon Boo Boo. She came out so cute, and I gave her to my friend Sally Limon. And then, yeah, the one I made for my personal trainer, Millie Rock Labubu. See, I have pictures, but they're on the phone that I'm recording from. No, I didn't make the Totoro costume. I got that at like a little, ¿cómo se dice? Like a little art collective store. It's like a local store here where they feature art from like local artists, you know what I mean, from like local artists. And so the Totoro costume was from that store. I know, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, sorry, I'm like out of breath from running around. And I'm excited. I got excited. It's like show and tell. You get excited to show off at show and tell at school. Oh, and there's my dog. Hold on. You guys want to see my dog? There she is. Say hi. Okay, let me focus. It's the ADHD. It's the ADHD of it all. Okay, let me put these here. So, when I'm done with this Labubu, this will be my most expensive Labubu in my collection because these little Swarovski stones, crystals, are, yeah, they're not rhinestone prices. That's for sure. Like, you get what you normally get, like the amount of rhinestone, like what you pay for. It's like if you would normally get like a full sized, okay, so like imagine like a party size of like Doritos or chips, right? That's like when you order rhinestones, like what they kind of like arrive in a bag. When you get crystals, it's like the teeny tiniest, like imagine the most tiniest personal size of bag of chips. Like that's the difference. And you paid the same amount. Like imagine paying the same amount for the party size of chips or the little personal size of chips. It's like rhinestones versus crystals. But I mean, look at how the light just bounces off of these. Like it's wild. It's a subtle difference, but I can see it. It just hits different. She just hits different. She hits different. Okay, we gotta put a little more glue down. And I keep trying to trim any bit I can because I've learned the hard way that if you can trim without leaving her too bald, if you can trim as much of the fur that you're gonna cover in stones as possible, it helps. I like leaving a little bit of fur out in her little sleeves. And her ears are gonna be, I think, not covered. But everything else where you see fur, she's gonna have stones. And then her little ears, she's gonna have stones. Okay, let's keep working on her. Let's keep working on her. Let's see, what section do I want to do? It's like, do I want to keep going like this? Do I want to do one of these? I feel like my brain keeps wanting to go here. So let's just go with what the brain wants. And I also need to sneeze. Wait. Oh, I know. Maybe not. Oh, it's there though. It wants to sneeze. Okay, coming around the side of her little body. And so what I've found to be a useful technique is using the E6000 precision tip. I kind of, let's see, where can I get in the camera? I like paint it on while like almost like brushing the fur down. Like you don't want to do it up. You want to do it down. You want to go with the hair and try to get it as flat as possible so that when we come around with our stones, we have surface area for capture for the back of our crystals, not stones, crystals. And so I like to work in sections like this. And as you go, it'll start to get a little dry, which is fine. We want it a little tacky. You don't want the E6000 like super, super wet, but you also want to work fast enough that it doesn't get so dry on you that you can't glue on it anymore. So we've laid out some glue on a section, and shake it. One of the things that I do to test it is I rub them to see if, see, they don't come off. That's that E6000, baby. So yeah, part of my quality QA, quality assurance, right? That's QA. Yeah, quality assurance is one of the reasons I work in sections is, well, A, you're talking and breathing and fumes, and you can only do this for so long before your brain goes a little cuckoo. But also, I like to let it dry. Whoa, hello, excuse you? You okay back there? I like to let it dry so that I can come back around and give it a good rub and check for any loose stones. Because every once in a while you will have a loose crystal or a loose stone. And then you just go in and you spot fix it. So like, for example, when I grabbed this one a little earlier, a couple of her stones were a little loose from the last time that I worked on her. So she's gonna need a little spot fixing and then before I finish her. And then like her, I take her out, like she goes out with me like an accessory. And every once in a while, you know, she'll lose a stone or two. And so she has to go into the repair shop. But that's the great thing about me doing the customization is that I can repair them too. But yeah, I like to wear it out. It's fun. Because I'm the only one that has these Labubus, or my friends that have the ones that I made them. Because they're custom. They're one of a kind. And even when I try, because I'm going to try to replicate one of the designs that I did, it's still going to be couture, darling. It's still going to be one of a kind by hand. So they can be similar, but there'll never be a copy because each of these stones is laid by hand. Crystals. It's not a machine. It's not a machine, darling. See, and then sometimes you go like that and they do fall off. That's part of the process. So then I go like that and I triple check where it fell off of and we lay a little more glue. So yeah, I do every once in a while kind of like tip it over to see, is she toffee? No, this one is the blue Big and Tony. Oh, this one, I think this one's toffee. Yeah, I think this one's toffee. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This one fell out here. And we need a smaller one. Oops. A smaller one there. We need a smaller one there. We need one there. Perfect. It fell, but it fell exactly where it needed to fall. Smaller one there. As you get to the edges, you start to you start playing. As you can see here on my paper, I have here 3 different size stones. They actually go down to like teeny tiny from the set that I got. But right now I'm working with these 3 sizes. Most of them are gonna be the 20 size. But as you get to the edges, it helps to have the different sizes because, you know, your spacing starts to get a little wonkadoodle. Okay, so this is how she's looking so far. Oh my gosh. She's coming together. I'm gonna let her dry for a bit and let's work on toffee for a little bit actually, just so that she can dry. So let's set her aside. Let me swap my little papers with my setup. I have one with the pink setup. So this will be relatively easy. Just give me 1 second, literally like 1 minute to swap these out. Let's lay that there. And then I have, ooh, I have to be careful with this. Ooh, okay, make that something on Survivor. I'm sure it is. Okay, so here I have all kinds of stones laid out in a pink range. Let's see so you can see. And this is for the Toffee Labubu that I'm customizing for one of my friends. And so their request was pink. And so we're going to finish her. So let me see. She did have stones fall off. I see it right there. So she, oh. Let's see. She had a stone fall off there. Nope. And then she had a stone fall off there. There. Okay. Let's fill in some gaps. So for her, I didn't trim her fur as much, so it's a little bit harder. She's a little bit fluffier. And I don't want to go through and trim right now because I'm scared of cutting stones off by accident. So we're just going to work with it. We're just going to make it work. Tim Gunn, make it work. We're just going to make it work. So we're going to lay our glue down. And as we lay our glue down, we're making our fur flat-ish so that our stones have surface to capture on. And then we go one by one. And we lay out her little outfit. Oh, we need more glue. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I concentrate a little hard and I stop talking. Terrifying looking things. I know, right? So scary. So spooky, ooky, ooky. Perfect. For spooky season, what are you all doing for Halloween if you celebrate Halloween? Are you dressing up for Halloween? I'm in the process actually of, that's another rhinestone project I'm working on actually, is my Halloween costume. I'm working, this year, I'm working on a Sabrina Carpenter costume. I'm really excited. I'm gonna do the look from her short and sweet tour where she has like the blinged out towel behind her. And I'm doing the one where she has like the little red kind of like corset kind of outfit. So right now I have a corset being custom made. And as soon as I can get my hands on it, I will start rhinestoning the heck out of it. And that is going to be my costume this year. One of my costumes. The other one I want to do is I want to be Charlie XCX at her boiler room in Ibiza. It's a very specific reference, but I've been listening to that mix since last year on repeat, especially at the gym. And I just think it would be so ridiculous to be specifically Charlie XCX at her boiler room set in Ibiza. Very, very specific. But yes. And that one, I need to figure out a way to like make like a little DJ turntable that I can take with me to like fully sell the fantasy that it's her at her DJ set. Gotta figure that out somehow. But that's where all the DIY fun comes in, right? You gotta figure out how to sell your fantasy, sell the idea. I stay home and bake cookies and pizza and hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. Fun! That sounds fun. I wish I lived somewhere where trick-or-treaters came by. I live in an apartment building, so they don't really come by apartment to apartment. Like they go to like the property management office does something for them. And last time I lived in a home, like a proper home, I remember me and my roommate used to, housemate, used to prepare for Halloween and nobody would come by because we just kind of like, I guess the part of the neighborhood that we lived in, just kids didn't come by trick-or-treating. Um, Maybe also the giant life-size cutout of Elvira in the window didn't help. That was his choice, not mine. But yeah. But I like to dress up and go out. I've always liked to dress up for Halloween. It's one of my favorite excuses to get dressed up. Although now that I perform once in a while, you know, those get to be like mini Halloweens. You get to put on a performance. You get to put on a fantasy. You get to pretend to be somebody else for 3 minutes while you lip sync to a song. It's quite an experience, actually. Highly recommend it, even if you do it just once. I know, right? Elvira, my ex-roommate, that Elvira was one of his favorite characters of all time. And he has, I'm sure he still has it wherever he's living now in the mountains. I'm sure he's getting ready to pull. You know what? I should text him and be like, is Elvira out yet for the year? Because he literally had a life-size cutout of Elvira that he would put out, like, just like, you know, people could put out Christmas trees for Halloween. In the window, he would have the life-size Elvira every year. And so he left like the little suburby kind of like area that we lived in when I lived with him. I think he sold his house to go live in a cabin in the mountains last time I talked to him. But I would bet good money that he still has that Elvira cut out and he still finds a way to put her up around Halloween. Jonah, that's funny. I haven't thought about that in so long. But yeah, she would hang out in front of the house and the window, saying hi to you as you walked up. Okay, we have some droppers. This one, she's gonna need, I think, like, to dry and then have little repairs. But for now, we're just gonna keep going. She's a little wonky. It's her belly, like her bellies get a little tricky because of the curvature. You gotta get in there somehow. You just gotta get in there somehow. Get the illusion, get the fantasy going. All right. She's looking really good. She's looking really close to done. I think she needs to dry. So we brought, oh, I keep having stones drop. So we brought her little pant leg from the back into the front. That's our progress for her today. I think she needs to dry before I handle her other side, because you gotta like spread their legs a little bit to like get in there. And I don't want to mess up the ones that we just put on. I want to let it dry. So let's put her aside. She can dry for a bit. And then I have one more project I can work on right now before I sign off while the Labubus dry. And that's my stockings for my Sabrina Carpenter costume. So let me put this aside. Ooh, one-handed. Yeah. All right. And so now I have these Cuban style. I love the Cuban style where they have the line that come up the back of the stocking. And so there's teeny tiny rhinestones that I took the time to put on the back. And then on the, ¿cómo se dice? Thigh part of the garter, I'm putting rhinestones. And this is one that's already done. So now I have to take that pattern and bring it to the other side. So I can do that really quick now while we're here. Let me clean my glue tip because now we don't want it covered in fur. Don't want it covered in fur. Perfect. Okay. And then we need to lay out some stones. Perfect. What's this? I like to lay out stones on a piece of paper. Makes it easier. Also, you can put your glue to hang out over the paper in case it starts to drip. And then we got to figure out what size stones these are. Okay, so these, I think, are, I think it's this size. No, that's a little big. One size down. One size down. One size down. One size down. So that would be this one. This one. Yep, that's the one. Okay. So we have our stones, the size. I think these are 16s. So we're gonna lay some out and get them flat on their back, which is always the most tedious part of a rhinestone project. It's another reason why I like to put them on the paper, because as you saw, I was able to just pull them in because I already took the time to lay them flat. Am I on TikTok? I am on TikTok. I barely use my TikTok account. It's like my least, the one that has like the least engagement. But I do like to post my little TikToks. I have an Instagram. My Instagram is way more active than my TikTok. It's MeMeCherry IG. And then TikToks should be some version of MeMeCherry, either MeMeCherry 13 or MeMeCherry something. You can always find me everywhere as MeMeCherry of some kind, of some sort. But yeah, I haven't, TikTok is cute. I go in and out of like TikTok. I am an Instagram girly. I've been on Instagram since the beginning. And it's just one of those things that like you build your little community and you kind of just hang out where your community is, right? Okay, we are almost all flat backed. So now let's take our rhinestone, our stocking, and we gotta find the pattern that we're continuing, because that's one mistake I made with the other stocking, is that like I kind of just went side and side, but then the transition moment loses a little bit of the pattern, so I don't want to do that here. So let's get our glue ready. Sorry, and if you're just joining, I was rhinestoning Labubus earlier. They're drying, so right now I'm rhinestoning my stockings for my Sabrina Carpenter costume. So we're gonna put dots. Now, rhinestoning, a plate, like doing placement like this with dots. Oh, actually, I'm actually doing pretty good today. It can be so tricky because sometimes the glue wants to leave behind a little trail of, hey, I was here. Don't forget about me. Okay, so we've laid out the pattern that we're continuing from the other side. And now what I'm going to do is very quickly lay out our pattern in glue dots on our stocking. See, it's starting to do the little trail thing. So very quickly. And what I'm doing is just like a little bit of like, almost like an offset domino pattern. Like when you look at dominoes, like when you have a 5 on the domino, the way that the dots are spread out, that's kind of the vibe that we're going for here, is like a bit of a staggered zigzag kind of dot placement for our rhinestones. Now I haven't tested these out with the garter belt yet. I should do that to make sure that all of the stones, that all of the stones are going to cooperate and stay in place. Hi, honey. My dog is behind me. You also, at a certain point, for as precise as you want to be and as perfect as you want to be, can't be too precious either, because you will drive yourself nuts trying to be perfect. Okay. We are now at the point of laying out our little stones. So let's get our little stones laid out. And here, just so people can see the Labubu too. And then once I'm done with these stockings, that'll be today's rhinestoning live. So hi, I'm MeMeCherry. If you're just joining me, today we worked on 2 Labubus. We worked on our blue Big Into Energy, and we worked on Toffee's customization for a little bit. They're in their dry phase before we keep working on them. So right now, I'm doing a quick rhinestone for my Halloween costume, which is going to be my Sabrina Carpenter costume. I'm so excited. I need to get booked. I need somebody to book me to do a lip sync number. Oh, actually, I am getting booked. I'm getting booked for the talent show. And I'm going to do a Sabrina Carpenter themed talent. But it's going to be cake artistry. I'm going to decorate a cake on stage, but dressed as Sabrina Carpenter while lip syncing to Nobody's Son. I'm so excited. That'll be, I think, next month in San Francisco at the Stud for the talent show. My friends put on this event. It's cyclical, so this is the next cycle that's coming up, and it's called the Talent Show. And you can just apply if you feel like you have any talent of any kind. We had a celebrity chef come on stage and do a monologue while they made mayo from scratch, and that was their talent. The person that won the last cycle won it by smashing cans with her boobies. So talent is subjective. So my plan is I like to bake. So I'm gonna bake a cake at home. I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna decorate it on stage as I lip sync to Sabrina Carpenter. And then I might have something surprise at the end. I might do a little something extra at the end of the number with the cake. Okay, that is our point for today, where I've officially hit the point where I've been inhaling way too much glue. So I need to go outside and breathe some fresh air. Also, my dog, she needs to get walked. So we need to go outside, take her outside for her morning walkie. Then I need to come back and get ready to do laundry. Today's laundry day. Oh no, I usually work from home. I'm actually going into the office today. So I'm not doing laundry till this afternoon when I get back. So what I need to do is come back after I walk the dog. I need to make breakfast. I need to get ready to go into the city. I need to pack my bag. I need to pack my badge. Make sure I take my badge because I don't usually go into the office and sometimes I forget to take my badge and that feels very, very silly. And then I need to go into the office. I need to go drop off some packages in the mailroom. I need to go say hi to one of my bosses. Then I'll come back home. Then I'll do laundry. And then I need to bake the cake that I'm making for my bestie's birthday. Oh, thank you. So hi, I'll probably be back Later today, I think I'll call it baking for my bestie. Um, Special diet edition because he has some very specific dietary restrictions. So I think it'll be interesting to share with people that, just because you have dietary restrictions doesn't mean that you can't celebrate your birthday with a fun baked little treat. So we're gonna make a gallbladder friendly cake, so I'll be baking that later. And then tomorrow I'll probably go live to decorate the cake, because I'm gonna give it to him very early on Friday morning. And then what else is going on? So yes, so feel free to hit subscribe. I'll be back later this week with more Labubu rhinestoning. I'll definitely be baking some more. I'll be baking a cake for my bestie, and then I'm coming back to do part 2 of baking for my future boyfriend. Part 1 was very, very successful and very delicious. I also am working on my next podcast episode. I'm trying to see if I'm going to have somebody join me or if I'm just going to record a solo podcast. So keep an eye out for that. So yeah, feel free to hit subscribe. I'll be back. I do all kinds of fun things. So if any of that sounds fun to you, I hope to see you again. And if I don't see you again, I hope you have a great life. I hope to see you soon. Bye.